26 in Glasgow, Scotland, and Team Kenya, 93 athletes in all, specifically 49 from athletics will be there. And we're going to be having a conversation with two members of that team who started their 2026 year representing Kenya with gold medals, and this was at the Senior African Athletics Championships in Accra. In studio, we've got six-time African champion, and this is in the men's javelin throw, Julius Yago. Julius, karibu KBC.
Thank you.
Finally, I know it's always been zoom. Welcome to this place now. And also, I'll start by saying, asante sana. I know you follow this program a lot, and KBC. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Well, let's talk about 2014 Glasgow. Great memories for you, and would have to say also the same year in Marrakesh, Morocco, a good year for you, 2014. 2 gold medals, the Commonwealth Games and the African Championships. The story is from 12 years back.
Yeah, so thank you. Yes, it's been 12 years ago since I went to Glasgow, and it was my second Commonwealth Games, and the first time that I won it for Kenya. And also, I think it was the first time that Kenya was winning a gold medal in the javelin at the Commonwealth Games. So, yeah, it's great memories. And then, of course, after that, we went to Marrakesh for the African Championship, where I also won it. Yeah.
What was your experience from, in Glasgow when, the competition that you faced then, and looking back at, over the years?
Glasgow was tough because the current Olympic champion then was there, Keshon Walcott, who won the silver. So when we were in Glasgow, I knew that the competition was not going to be easy compared to 2010 when we went to Delhi. I think the winning distance then was 78, but then you can see in 2014 in Glasgow it was 83. That's when I won it. So I knew that the competition was tough, and it's getting even tougher at the Commonwealth Games, and this year is going to be even tougher because if you see the current rankings in the men's javelin, all the Commonwealth countries have the best athletes, so it's going to be a mini world championship or Olympics.
Actually, we'll be coming to that because I'm just looking at the field, and it looks like a country that was formerly known as the Indian Empire. That's where this whole story is. But looking at, the next Commonwealth Games, 2022, Birmingham, 4 years ago, yeah. You are taking a bronze, but still 85.7.
Yes.
Just tell us how it was like then. Because, what was it? Gold Coast wasn't a good one for you, but Birmingham was redemption.
Yeah, but then I will not even say it was a redemption, because I think it was one of the seasons that I say I was not really very ready for it, because previously I had the injury that has kept me for a very long time outside. And when we went to Birmingham in 2022, it was immediately after the World Championship in Oregon. And coming from the World Championship, where I didn't even finish among the best 12, so I knew Commonwealth was going to be tough, but of course I was ready for it because it's not like any other championship, and you can see the winning distance, which is a Commonwealth record until then. So it was really tough. Nadim surprised 92 meters, and of course Anderson, who was the world champion then, 2 weeks before the Commonwealth Games, and then I came third with 85. So you can see the Commonwealth Games is growing, and it's getting even more competitive. Yeah.
And looking at, over that period, after that came the African Championships again, 2024. Yeah. Douala, I remember it for crazy reasons.
Yeah.
The Olympic Games, the World Championships, but also at the same time, trying to manage your body. What's been that story for, especially over the last, let me say, 3 or so years?
It's been tough because remember in 2014 in Glasgow, you remember the weather during the finals was really tough. It was raining, and
yes.
And of course, because our event is, we use, it's very it's a tough competition, and with weather not good because of the rain, the muscles tend to to
contract.
Yeah, so I got injured the first time that I was having the same injury which has of course, being there for a while now. So it's been like I've been managing the injury for quite a long time, almost my entire career. But then it's better now. Last year in the World Championship, I thought maybe I was ending my career because, you know, having for a test MRI and then you are told that, you know, you have a total tear on your groin muscle. So it means it was either way, either you come back or not. But I thank God that I'm back again. So yeah, it's been like I've been managing it for a very long time, but I'm happy that I'm healthy now.
I mean, you have had the option. I know a lot of, I mean, throughout the years, the options of going for surgery. But you said, I won't go under the knife. You want to recover naturally, let the muscle build itself again. What has been that journey? It's
always tough, especially if you have a weak mentality, and then it's very tough for you to come back. I remember also in 2013 when I had a problem with my elbow. It's a common injury to all javelin throwers. So we say elbow injury, tennis elbow injury. So most of, like 90% of the javelin throwers have had a surgery on the elbow.
Which is why, I mean, you'll tend to see them with a strapping here of some sort.
Yes, and if you can see, even my hand is not the same as this one because of that injury that I had in 2013. So, but then of course I was advised also to go for the surgery, but I refused it because I believe that healing naturally is better, and you will have, you know, when the injury is over, then you remain stronger. But when you go under the knife, sometimes it takes time for you to come back. I've seen people who have gone through that when it's not easily possible for them to throw again. Yeah.
Well, and one of the things everyone asks is about the tech. You know, that javelin throwing technique. Your style, I mean, when you look at every javelin thrower, no two are the same.
Yes.
And so, how is it that you adopted your style where everyone sees that you finish with a dive?
I think it's not something that you prepare yourself to do. It just comes naturally. So for me, when of course when I fall down after that release, it means my whole force is going to the javelin. So, and that's why it's like many athletes will want to practice to do the same, but I wouldn't advise so, because sometimes you might get injured. And many people have been asking me that, don't you get injured when you do it? But that is how I was built, you know. And javelin is a very technical event, and you need to give it all. Remember also that I'm the shortest of the javelin throwers in the world, so so I have to use all the necessary technique.
If Julius is short, then I don't know what I am. But it's quite interesting. I mean, to be honest, I mean, whenever you get on the runway, it stands out.
Yeah, and of course, I'm one of the fastest also in the runway, so that is also an advantage to me. Of course, when you are taller, you have weak legs, but when you are shorter, of course, you have stronger legs. So for me, like, my lower body is very strong, so that's where now it is advantageous to me. Yeah.
And let's also talk about your training regime, because number one, it's a sport that demands a lot of flexibility, especially around the arm, around the shoulder, and that. How do you go through this to make sure that, yes, your action is great?
You know, like as we say, javelin is a very technical event, and you have to be very flexible for you not to get injured easily. And we do a lot of stretching, and you can see me like this. I'm a huge body athlete, but when we are doing some stretching, some people will be wondering, how can you do that with such a physique that I have? So it's that you have to do a lot of flexibility training, mobility training all the time. It's not all about lifting, and after all, javelin is not very heavy, 800 grams. So it doesn't have that you must be very strong. If the strongest people want to throw the javelin, maybe even they cannot throw 30 meters. So it's because the javelin, the implement itself is not very heavy. But to win it, you have to make it go further than anybody else. So, and that requires now technique. And for you to have good technique, the body has to be, you have to be very flexible, have good mobility, and all that. So we do a lot of the mobility exercises in training.
Well, the other thing now, and I want to really come into this field because it's intriguing. Kashon Walcott, Arshad Nadim, Niraj Chopra, Ramesh Taranga Patirage. I'm not mentioning, a combination of a West Indies and Indian subcontinent cricket team, and throw in Anderson as well. I'm talking about currently the top 5 javelin throwers in the world. Who is the first thing, that you saw, especially with Arshad Nadim coming through, Niraj Chopra following, and now we saw Ramesh Patirage, and he's just improving on his world leads event after event.
Yeah. So, as you said, and I think we were chatting over this one when we were in Rabat Diamond League with Keshon Walcott, about the emergence of new talents coming from the countries that were well known in javelin throw. And so we ended up speaking about the Commonwealth Games, and for you to get a medal in the Commonwealth Games this year, you have to throw over 90 meters. Because if you see the athletes you have mentioned, each one of them has been a champion. Keshon has been an Olympic champion.
Yes.
He's been a world champion. I've been a world champion. I have a silver. Nadim has won the Commonwealth Games. He has the Commonwealth record. Anderson has won the World Championship like 2 times. He has also a medal in the Olympics. And
Niraj Chopra.
Yes, Niraj Chopra is an Olympic champion. He has also won the World Championship. Patirage now the new champion. He is the world #1 now this year. So you can see 10 athletes, all of them have thrown over 90 meters. So what does it tell you? This one will be going to be a mini Olympics.
And what's the prospect of this competition? Because I want to look at athletics as it is.
Yes.
Mondo Duplantis has made it excitable to watch the pole vault.
Yeah.
Everyone does it. They just want to see him go 1 extra centimeter. And he somehow always does it. What's the at one point, the high jump was a story. Everyone wanted to watch the high jump. What's the excitement that you want to build around the javelin throw?
The beauty about the field events is that when you are in your best shape in your career, it's always coming, Remember when I was winning the World Championship, 90 meters was not a problem to me, The body was moving, everything was going in the right direction. And as you say, to plan this, sometimes I say maybe that event should be changed to plan this event. Because he's done it almost, how many times has he broken the world record? And it's many times. So as I say, the beauty of field events is when you are really having it, the right, technique and all that, and the body is responding well to your training, the competition will be very easy. As we can see now, Patirage, no one has beaten him this year in any competition.
He came
to Nairobi.
He came to, I think, he started at home, then came to Nairobi.
He came to Nairobi, and we've been in the Diamond League. We have never beaten him, and you can see he's throwing, every other time he's throwing fast. So it's like when you are in good form, everything is easy. And I think, as you say also, the Indian Empire, if you see the technique of the, Chopra, Patirage and Nadim, it's the same technique. And it's because of their natural built to play cricket. So if you can see how their movement is like they are throwing the cricket. So it's also very helpful to them. And the speed, I was seeing the stats of Patirage, and they say he was one of the best emerging talents in the cricket in Sri Lanka. And you see what he has done in the javelin. So because we use the same technique anyway. Yeah.
Actually, I would have loved to see him. I would love to see him bowling. And to release that ball at 140 kilometers per hour plus. But for you also, another role that you have got to pick up now within the Team Kenya setup is that leadership role, having represented the country 16 years going and counting. What is it that you're seeing, with the emerging stars that we've got?
I think at the moment, when we speak about the Kenyan athletics, we have talents. And now, because everything is changing in the world, we have to think, we don't have to do things the way we are used to doing it. Because you can see many events that Kenya was bragging about nowadays, it's becoming a problem.
Steeplechase.
Yeah, steeplechase is gone. And if we do not take care, also the other events that we have, because if you remove Wanyonyi in the 800 meters, it becomes also very difficult for us. If you remove Faith in the 1500, And now you can see without Beatrice in the 5,000, it's tough. So I think we should change
but
our...
At least I have some good news. At least we saw in Eugene, Dorcas Awake coming
yes,
through.
that's an emerging talent. So, and why is she doing well? Because she's training in America. Maybe the kind of training they are doing there is different, of course, from what we're doing, the facilities that they have. And we need now to go scientific way of doing things. That is what, you know, as is playing a key role in, you know, like our performance is not improving. And of course, we cannot take away the issue of the road race running now has a lot of, you know, financial rewards. So many athletes are shifting to road race at a very young age. Now, as a country, we need to think of what can we do to salvage the situation. If we continue leaving the things going like that, then it becomes a problem. We need to now to come back and say our track and field meetings in Kenya should have a good payment to the athletes so that we don't rush our young athletes to road race, which is also not healthy because if you go at a very young age to do the road running, your career will be short.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, African champion in the javelin throw 6 times, Julius Yego. And let's now join his teammate, also won a gold in Accra in the women's 10,000 meters, Diana Wanza. Diana, very good morning to you.
Good morning.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, and we are right here in studio with Julius Yego. Diana, getting a chance to represent the country again after Accra 2026, where you won a gold in the 10,000. The whole feeling about it.
Okay, first of all is to thank God, you know, going to Accra and getting that gold medal. Really, it meant a lot to me because it gave me the confidence, you know, the morale to continue working extra hard and also, you know, qualifying again, being in Kenya team again for the Commonwealth Games. It's truly a good thing for me. It's something I prayed for, something I worked for, and seeing that coming true, it means a lot to me.
Well, the 10,000 meters women, we know that, you know, there has been a good history in this event. 5,000, 10,000, I mean, we can go over the years, Lynette Masai, Vivian Cheriot, and later we've got now Beatrice Chebet coming through, and and Margaret Chelimo. So the story is always great. Your outlook for 2026 after Accra, you're now headed to Glasgow. How do you feel, you know, that you now have got to fill that gap?
Okay, you know, the training is going on well, and for now the body is responding well. Like I can say, maybe in the top notch, you know. The body is well, and for sure we are praying and we are working hard to at least defend that title and bring those medals back home, because the other lady we are training with, she's also strong, and for sure I know we're gonna do something good. Yeah.
What's the general mood in the camp at the moment as you get ready to travel to Glasgow in just about, you know, 10 days time?
Okay, you know, at least by the way, because I would like to thank the NOC because for giving us this chance to report to the training camp, because the rest, the focus, everything is working well, and you know, there's no disturbances, because what you have to do is focus on your training and ensure that you hydrate well, the food is in. Yep.
All right. Diana Wanza, thank you very much. All the best. As you go to Glasgow, we'll be keeping tabs on you, and we hope to make a proper visit, you know, to the camp before you leave. Thank you. All right. Julius,
yes,
you know, you've heard from Wanza. I know you, just because you had actually mentioned about that, a gap being filled, and you could see that. Well, just as we are about to close, I know you're a big football fan. Very big football fan. Tonight, Portugal, Spain, which way?
I don't know, but you know, I like Cristiano Ronaldo, even though he's a Manchester United fan, but I like Cristiano Ronaldo because, you know, he's a hard-working athlete, and to where he has reached, it is because of his hard work. And if you can see how he's doing it at his age, 41 years and counting, and still playing at a very high standard, like, you know, he never ages. And yeah, so I have a soft spot for Portugal. I know it's going to be tough, but I think they have a good team. So most probably Spain are not playing like the Iniesta group, and so there is no high stake on Spain beating Portugal, but I think it will be going to be a very close match.
Well, you know where to watch that game. KBC Channel 1. So definitely, you do not miss that. Dunda Dunda is at 8 p.m. Analysis starts at 9 p.m. Match kickoff is 10 p.m. The Iberian battle is on. Well, Julius, I'll just ask you to hold off even as we sign off. I'll just tell you, let's just hold back. There's one more thing we'd like you to do for us. So do not go away. But from me, Daniel Wahome, thank you for being with us. Diana Wanza, who's back in camp, asante sana. And to the rafting team, remember, Sagana is a place to be this weekend, even as we watch the quarterfinals of the FIFA World Cup. Our sign language interpreter has been Lucy Mora. We take a break, and when we get back, more of the replays from the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Tarehe 7 Julai kila mwaka ni siku imetengwa kuadhimisha sikukuu ya Kiswahili duniani. Wanaozungumza na kuienzi lugha ya Kiswahili hukongamana na kusherehekea utamaduni, utajiri na urithi wa lugha tuipendayo. Kauli mbiu ya mwaka huu ni Kiswahili kwa amani, mshikamano na diplomasia ya uchumi wa kimataifa. KBC imekuwa mstari wa mbele kuchangia ukuaji wa lugha ya Kiswahili kupitia vipindi vyetu vya redio na televisheni. KBC ikishirikiana na Maktaba Mat Educational Publishers na Kenya High itakuletea maadhimisho haya mbashara kutoka Kenya High School Nairobi, Jumanne hii kuanzia saa 5 mchana.
Na mimi ni shabiki wa Brazil. Yes, na hii kitu lazima tubebe sisi kama timu Gabi. Nimeona pale game yetu sofa imekuwa fiti, na finale ni between sisi na Morocco. Yes, Afrika pia lazima ifike finale. Morocco